so soulful.
Oh, I don't know if it was soulful.
Oh, it
See, I'm
sounded...
hitting that last note.
It sounded
I didn't know where I was
soulful.
going with that one. That was like the interpretive dance of intros.
Interpretive vocals.
Yes, interpretive vocals. I was just feeling it. I was just going with it, seeing where it led me.
Well, it led you to episode 349. Hello, Brainiacs.
Hello, friends.
We've missed you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to speak for Sarah. I did.
Well,
I missed you.
You can speak for both of us.
Yeah, we missed you, okay?
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here. What's going on over there?
Oh, man. I'm doing okay, except I have a plant that... when I came back home from our trip, I tried to save it. It's not going so well, and
What
it's been a long
happened?
time since I had a plant that I had to throw out. It just got real droopy. I think I left it in the sun. It got too much sun, and it has been a long time. So I'm like nursing it back to health. It feels like my real project right now.
Yeah, don't get rid of that thing.
No, I'm gonna nurse it back to life. But that's like the only big thing going on with me.
Wow.
That and like trying to start up my clinical practice and everything.
How's that going?
It's going real well. I've had a few brain candy brainiacs that have reached out. And, just people who have listened to the show and been like, I think I'm going to give this therapy thing a shot. And I think that's always a wonderful thing. And I encourage anybody who's listening and in California and in need of therapy, I can do it online or in person. And we can, help make you feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Amen,
Wow.
right?
Amen. Let's hope so anyway.
Yeah.
That's, I would feel so weird, though, if I were therapizing brainiacs.
Well, it's like anything else. If I were, I don't know, a plumber and had a plumbing podcast and you needed help with that, you can hire me.
Oh, yeah, I support it. I just am saying I would feel weird.
Yeah, well, I talked about this with my supervisor and with a few other people in the business, and we were saying one of the most important things about success in therapy is feeling like you and your therapist like vibe, that you guys are the same kind of person who like they get you, they understand you, you have a good connection. You don't have to be the same kind of person, but just have a good therapeutic like connection.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah, and so when we were talking, we were saying, like, it's great when they are people who have listened to the show because you know what you're getting. Like, if
Right,
you
I get
know the
that.
show, like, we have the same ideas. Like, I see you've, like, listened, you know what my take on things, like, maybe some things are going to be, and you're like, hey, I see how she's handled problems, I see how the advice she gives to just, like, hypothetical situations, and I think she can help me. Then we are going to have... we are more likely, based on what the research shows, to have success is working together.
Wow, that's great.
So
I
I'm
get what
into
you're
it.
saying, too. They already know whether they jive with your style.
Yeah, I was thinking about that and writing like my bio for, the website and everything. And there's like you can like talk like a therapist, like right out of a book of like, I want to make sure that we blah, 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 and like all that therapist talk. Or I can just talk like me. And be like, it's hard being a person. Let's make that better. Like that. And that my supervisor was like, yeah, because it'll attract the kind of people who your style will fit with. So here I am, people.
Right. All right. Well, that's good. I hope we get some more brainiacs coming to you.
Yeah.
That's exciting. And then pretty
Thanks.
soon you're going to be like freaking waiting listed. And people are going to be clamoring. And you're like, sorry, there's only so many
Yes.
hours in a day, people.
Right. I can only do so much.
So
Maybe
get it
some
while it's
reality
hot.
show people. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for some people from the show that will be like, hey, I'd like to, talk with you. Mm-hmm. Given that we don't have a dual relationship.
I thought it was funny how, whenever we talked about your divorce and then it got picked up by some outlets and stuff, I thought it was funny how they always use my bio as my actual title. Like they call me a recovering reality TV star.
Oh
that's
my
what
gosh,
I put in
that's
my bio.
really funny.
And I'm just like, oh my God.
How do you
I mean,
feel
it's
about that?
accurate. It's true, I am,
Yeah.
but I just wouldn't think they would put that.
Right. That's funny, though. Now it's like, oh, maybe you make that bio sound real fancy. Put that every time.
Yeah, it should be like President of the United States of America.
Yeah.
Let's see if
Mine
they
just
use
says
that.
craft queen, so I don't know if I want them.
They should use that.
Right. Sarah, craft queen.
I feel
That
like
would be
you're-
funny.
I feel like you almost fell off the craft wagon, though, because you're not really big into that right now because you're so busy.
yeah. I took a little bit of a break, but I find ways to be crafty in like other or like creative in other ways. Mm-hmm. You know, even with just like decorating my house or even like nursing my plants back to life, you kind of have to like be creative in different ways. So I feel like I get the itch scratched.
What if
from
like
things like decorating my bulletin board that shows the things I have to do this month.
Is this at your house? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's not a vision board though.
No, just a regular like, you know, calendar. Like I got shit to do this day. Da, 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 da. But I always like to make it themed. Like on October, I draw pumpkins around it and stuff like that.
Wait, is this like dry erase?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. Well, because when you say bulletin board, I'm picturing those.
Yes, like a bulletin board, you know, like what that would actually be. Yeah, no, a dry erase board with a calendar on it, you know.
Okay.
That's,
I thought I'd kick off the show talking about something that was news to me, which was that Ed Sheeran evidently is a huge fan of Heinz ketchup. And in honor of them, he got a Heinz ketchup tattoo. And apparently he sent a DM to the Heinz Corporation, and then they decided they were going to do a limited edition Ed Sheeran bottle.
Oh my gosh, this is great. Okay.
So like they made 150 of them, and it's like for charity and stuff. They'll auction it off. But I mean, do you think there's any food or anything that you would get a tattoo of?
Oh, a tattoo of. I'm like, I love Ritz crackers, but not that much.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
However, I did, as you know, my dog Waffles, R.I.P.
Stop it.
The guy I was dating at the time, he got a commemorative tattoo of a waffle.
What?
In honor of Waffles.
Sarah.
No, I'm serious.
Why?
Because we really loved this dog.
Stop acting like this is normal.
Why is that not normal? If you're a heavily tattooed person and you have an animal that passes away, it is very normal to get a commemorative tattoo to, like...
Yeah, but I was under the impression this was your dog.
Well, it was our dog. We got it together. We dated for a long time.
And then Waffles died, R.I.P., and then...
Yes.
And what was this tattoo?
Well, also, let's talk about this. Because if now that I look back on this with, like, a different eye and we look at timing of everything, Waffles passed away... And I think that was right before, like a little bit before, then we got a new dog. And then I broke up with him. So I think the tattoo was kind of like bangs for a chick. But also a way to be like, you abandoned us and this dog. And look at how important it was to me. Because like I left him with the dog.
And wait, he got the tattoo before you broke up or after?
After.
Really, Sarah?
Yes.
Wow.
That's, what do I know? That I'm just like, that's just.
Do you think he regrets it?
No, I know he doesn't. Well, actually, I don't know that. I can't say that for sure. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't. And it's a really cute tattoo. And I would totally.
Well, that's what I want to know. What does it look like?
Oh, like an adorable, like, cartoon waffle with, like, melting butter on it. It's so cute.
Oh, okay. It's not the dog.
No.
Okay.
That's why I kept saying it was a waffle.
Yeah, but the dog's name is Waffles.
Well, I would have said waffles. He just got a waffle. I don't know. I should have been more specific.
I think he said a waffle tattoo, and I'm not going around wondering if your dog's name is plural or not. So I wasn't sure.
Fair. This is all true. Yes.
Oh, that's cute then.
Yeah, adorable, right?
Yeah,
just
I'm
like,
into
and nobody
that.
would really know. It's just like, and like, think about it. You've got a bunch of other tattoos, and then you get like a cute little waffle on there. That's cute.
Yeah, that is.
So
cute.
that's that. Okay, so now you're on board. So that's what I was saying. Of like, I would get a waffle, but not waffles.
Right.
Right.
I totally agree. I was picturing it. You know those tattoos people get when someone they love dies, and it's like an actual portrait of them.
Yes. I don't know why I'm not in. I'm not into it.
Right. So you see why that's not. I mean, it's normal in the sense that a lot of people do it, but it's not like our cup of tea.
Yeah. Oh, here's why I don't like that. And it's okay if you have it, whatevs.
Yeah,
because
whatever.
they're so rarely are they done well.
Yes.
That is the thing that it is it's not that I don't like the idea of a tattoo with somebody's face on it who passed away that's important to you. It's that I cringe when I see the two pictures next to each other of what they brought in and what the end result was. And I'm like, oh, that cannot be. I feel like, no.
Yeah, they're almost never attractive.
Yeah, unless you're Kat Von D who does it, she does like amazing ones.
Then that's allowed.
Yeah.
What is attractive, definitely, and is my new obsession, is orate fine jewelry, which we were just talking about when we were in Nashville.
We sure were.
Because I got these beautiful rings, and it's from this company, Orate, and it's a company that was founded by women for women, and basically they wanted to make jewelry you've always wanted but you could never find or you couldn't afford because of the crazy markup that goes on. And they just went in and were like, they hacked the jewelry market, and they wanted to make real gold accessible to everyone, and so you could have heirlooms and stuff to pass down.
Ooh,
but, you know, that's affordable. It is. And the pieces are so elegant, and a lot of them are really like delicate looking and so flattering and pretty. And you don't even have to take it off. You can shower with it and play sports or whatever.
You're speaking my language now,
right?
That is the number one thing I look for in jewelry. Oh,
yes.
Yeah. I'm into it already.
Orate's gold feels substantial. The diamonds sparkle and shine. It's super high quality, so pretty. And one other cool thing is it's ethically made in New York City and empowering women with the best jewelry options without sacrificing style. And for every piece sold, a child in need receives a book to further their education. We love that. And I saw on their website, it says they believe that all women deserve the very best. And I'm like, yeah, man, we do. I mean, what?
Yes.
Like, this shouldn't even be up for debate. But I love my rings. They're so pretty. And they have a deal for you guys. For 15% off your first Orate purchase, go to oratenewyork.com/braincandy and use our promo code braincandy. So it's AU. You know how the element symbol for gold is AU?
Yes.
So it's auratenewyork.com/braincandy. Think of it like that, and then you'll remember. And you get 15% off. And they have necklaces, earrings, rings, everything. It's so nice. But anyway, I digress. Any hoodles. That's that. Try that out and send pictures. Tag us. Anyway, so
some fancy jewelry.
I know, cute stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
now I'm totally distracted by what we were like. I'm
the
like only thinking
thing?
about. Right. I'm like, what were we talking about? Now I'm just thinking of cute outfits.
Well, Heinz ketchup and like.
Yes.
What about
Heinz
like
ketchup.
a wine bottle or something?
Okay, but this. Oh, that's kind of funny. Mm-hmm. But no,
that's kind of funny. Yeah,
but
I wouldn't do it. But
this is reminding me of the most hilarious tattoo, but not hilarious. Like, haha, hilarious. Like, what is going on? That I saw when we were on our trip.
What?
Do you remember what I told you? The one I told you about when we were at Dollywood?
I forget.
I keep calling it Dolly World because of Wally World.
Yeah.
So Dollywood. Okay, so this elderly woman who, no joke, I'm not kidding here, 75 years old.
Oh yes.
Comes and I saw it twice at the park. Once in the bathroom where I almost asked her if I could take a picture, but then I didn't. I should have. I have regrets. But then once when we were like just walking into the park, 75 years old, typical grandma look. Like she has the haircut, she has the glasses, she has the bag, everything. Mm-hmm. What she also has that is not in the typical grandma look is a tattoo that is, no joke, 10 inches by 4 inches.
Oh, my God.
Of an Oscar Mayer weenie mobile.
Yeah.
Is that what they call it?
The Wienermobile, yeah.
The Wienermobile. She has the Wienermobile, and inside the Wienermobile, driving the Wienermobile, is a poorly done Mickey Mouse.
Ugh.
And then on the side of the Wienermobile, rather than it saying Oscar Mayer, is the date of somebody's, like their, birth and death, and a name.
Oh, my God.
So she was commemorating somebody with the Oscar Mayer Weenie Mobile, and which should be called a Weenie Wagon also. Bad name, now that I think of it. And then Mickey Mouse driving it. And it's huge. And it's on the side of her leg, and she is showing it off.
And so is this vertical or horizontal?
It kind of wraps around. It's at a little bit of an angle.
Oh, my God. That is horrendous.
Zeus. I know. I couldn't believe it. I just had so many questions. And it didn't look like it was old. It looks fairly new.
Yeah, this wasn't like she had a drunk night in her 30s.
No. She made the decision.
What do you think this person who died, like, really loved Mickey Mouse and Wienermobile?
Maybe.
And it's such a specific...
It's so specific.
Fetish.
Yeah, and then the interesting thing is, like, you're commemorating what somebody else loved on your own body. You know, like, you have no if that is the story, like, you don't have an attachment to these things, but they like them, so then you put them on you. But that's not really, it's like commemorating the person. It's more like what they liked. I don't know. It just seems weird. It would have been
really
like
does.
This thing, like, okay, so like my grandma passed away. Oh, I should get a tattoo for her. She loved birds. And the birds are everywhere. And I always talk about how she said, look for me in the birds. And there was the bird in my house the day after she died, and blah, 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 blah.
That'd be cool.
Right? So I can get and I have the Blackbird lyrics on my back. I mean, it's like perfect. So I can get a bird, and then it's how I,
Yes.
How
it's
I see
meaningful
her.
to you.
Yeah, but I wouldn't get a deck of cards because she liked bridge.
That would be cool too, though.
Right, it kind of would.
Like, you could do a cool deck.
Yeah, I could pull that off.
Yeah, you're so right about that, though. If the bird thing, that's cool.
Yeah,
but maybe that's what's happening with the Wienermobile Mickey. We don't know.
Oh, maybe that's a good point.
She loves wieners.
She sees the Wienermobile everywhere, and they always had 4th of July together and made hot dogs together. And now she feels like every time she sees it, it's like thinking of whoever this person was, and she happens to see it way more often than the average person would.
Yeah, it's meaningful to her.
Yes.
Now we got somewhere.
We know. Yes. So there you go. This is reminding me of a story, another story I read that was just like one of those little feel-good news articles about a guy who's like, I think he's like in college and maybe like junior college with his girlfriend, and he picked her up every day in a different themed car. And one time it was he found a way to rent or like get a hold of the weenie, like that weenie mobile, in it because it was in a parking lot. And he's like, man, this is like a whole thing I do with my girlfriend. Can I just borrow your car for a bit? And he picked her up in that, and it's like real funny. And she has a compilation video of all the cars that he's picked her up in.
Come
Like,
on.
it's really funny. It's like he borrows a friend's car who's like a pizza delivery guy, and then he dresses up as like a pizza delivery guy, and then he's like going to go pick up my, something like my slice or something like that, or whatever he calls her, something cute, like my little sweetie pie. That's what he says, like my sweetie pie, and it's like a pizza pie. And then every time he picks her up, he yells cute from the car. He's like yells real loud, like Allison.
No.
And it's so funny. It just made me laugh so much because could you imagine them the one day he comes to pick you up from school in the actual weenie mobile? It's great. I hope they forget together forever.
Like, that's hilarious, and I bet he's so fun. My only sort of reservation is I know some guys like this, and the people that I know that are like that, it tends to be more about them than it is about like making you feel good or making you laugh.
Yeah, but you know what? You're probably right, but.
Well, just where the impression is, oh my gosh, she went to all this trouble for me, but really I feel like it's, because he loves being crazy and silly.
But I do really love the dynamic of the wild, crazy guy and the girl who's annoyed by him.
Is she kind of annoyed by it?
Yeah, but like cute annoyed.
Yeah,
like, oh, for Pete's sake. Kind of like the Bat Dad. Do you remember that guy?
Yes.
I love him. He's so funny. And I'm sure that was about him. But there's so many good things that came from it, and like I'd rather them do that than do some other annoying thing, like be the guy who dresses up and is like the crazy fan at the sports game who's like everybody knows him because he's the guy who dresses up in the cat suit or whatever it is. Like that's one way to get attention.
You're so
or
right.
You can do this.
It's just that I've dated guys like this, and it's kind of exhausting.
I would imagine it's exhausting, but you know what? I there's got to be like a middle. I'm really bad and rooting for this guy.
Oh yeah, he sounds really nice. I'm just
and then
trying
when
to
they interviewed him and everything, and he wasn't like one of those guys like say like maybe somebody from The Challenge, or from that kind of world who may be similar in personality to that. Yeah, he wasn't like that. It was more like, well, it started as like this one thing, and I just did it like once, and he kind of had that attitude. And he's like, and then I was like going to rent a costume for a Halloween party, and I saw it in the parking lot, and I just knew like this is my one chance to do this, and I'll probably really regret it if I don't. It wasn't like, oh man, I got to seek this out because I got to get bigger and better and crazier and all the time. He had like a more humble attitude about it, and let her do a lot of the talking during the interview. Yeah. Where she was like, it was so weird. He just kept picking me up like this. And yes, he's silly. And I just love it. And he's like young and they're both cute. And
wait, what did you just say?
What? That they're what?
What did you just say? I couldn't hear you. You said, I just think they're real cute. I just am rooting for them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're cute too. I also think Omigo toilet seats are super cute.
Super cute, and your bum will be super cute after you use it.
We were just talking about this in Nashville with my friend Kelly, who was there, because she had I think she was at a hotel or somewhere where they had Omigo toilet seats, and she was like, everyone should have these. They're so awesome. Why are we still wiping with friggin' toilet paper? It's gross.
I can't understand it, yeah.
The Omigo toilet seats are a fancy and actually hygienic and proper way to take care of your booty. It has a heated seat, so you don't have that cold seat thing. The night light, so you can see where you're going in the middle of the night. There's a remote control, a deodorizer, sterilization. Water comes up, cleans your butt. It's awesome, and you can save rolls of toilet paper, which are bad for the environment. And no plumber needed or anything. You can just hook it up real easy on your own. And it just feels like, why has the toilet game not changed ever?
Well, it has in other countries except ours.
True. Yeah. So yeah, we're getting anal about cleanliness over here. We can't live without our Omigo, and neither should you. That's why our friends at Omigo are hooking you up with your very own warm water wash luxury bidet seat. It's amazing. Listeners, Omigo didn't forget about you. Get 20% off your order when you go to myomigo.com/braincandy. That's Omigo with an O, as in, oh, how did I ever live without this? For better health and hygiene, stop wiping and start washing. You'll be glad you switched. That's myomigo.com/braincandy to get 20% off the toilet seat that's changing lives one wash at a time.
Yes.
Fun.
Clean bums.
Clean buns.
Yes.
What else did I want to tell you about?
What did you want to tell me
There
about?
was this article that was talking about, I guess it was like an advice column where people write in and say, here's what's going on. And the person said she has a really serious mushroom allergy. And she is married, and whenever they go to the in-laws' house, they purposefully put mushrooms in everything.
Stop. No, they don't.
Yes.
They're trying to kill her.
That is sociopathic.
Wait, what? Susie.
Yes.
Tell me the story.
She said every time she goes over, they have this fancy dinner or whatever, and she can't eat any of it because it all has mushrooms in it. And she was saying how they didn't used to love mushrooms or anything. They're not like mushroom enthusiasts. They are just doing it because they kind of feel annoyed that she has this affliction, which I think they think is not real. Yeah, like the gluten thing that everyone says they have.
Yeah, but mushrooms is such a weird specific one. Is this one of those, unless she's a person who says I'm allergic to mushrooms, but just it really means I prefer not to eat mushrooms?
She has to carry an EpiPen.
Oh, for Christ's sake, they're trying to kill her.
Yes.
This should be illegal.
I know.
This should be, wait a sec.
Yeah.
Come on.
I wouldn't go over there.
What if you were, how about this? What if you had a child in a classroom? Imagine this scenario. Your Lincoln is in a classroom with a kid who has a peanut allergy.
Yeah.
And you hear that one of the moms got into like a fight with this mom with the kid who has a peanut allergy. And you know that this kid who smells peanuts will die if he, like, eats them or whatever. He needs an EpiPen, too.
Yeah.
And she intentionally packs him peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every single day for the rest of the year.
It's terrible.
Don't you feel like this mom should, like, be in, like, that they're committing a crime here?
I mean, I don't know if I think they're committing a crime, but it is sick. And
there's no other, I can't even think of an analogy where this would be, like, where you put somebody in harm's, come on, these people.
It's terrible. But again, I would not go back. So I don't know why they keep going.
That's a good point. And what do they say? And how long has this been going on? And what is how are they
I think
communicating
it's been
this?
years.
Okay.
And she'll say things like about it, and they're like, you're no better than the rest of us. You'll eat what we eat. Hello?
Okay. I'm just in shock. Like, I don't even know what to say. I'm, like, trying to wrap my head around, like
they
how...
think she's just being high maintenance.
How parents would, like, high maintenance carry an EpiPen?
I know.
You know what she should do? She should just get the EpiPen out and ready and have her husband, like, prepped with it. And be like, okay, whatevs, and eat it.
Sarah.
And just roll the dice.
That is too risky.
I know. That's terrible advice. Do not
Yeah,
take that.
'cause
That
that's
is
just-
no way my professional advice.
You're risking
But-
your life for, like, spite.
I mean, what else?
I
at
know.
a certain point, it's like, what are you going to do? This is not, I'm not
She
faking
could
it.
fake it.
Yeah, that's
She
a
could
better
pretend
idea.
to eat it and then, like, fake it.
Yes, there you go. Do that.
I thought my in-laws were bad. I mean, that's next level.
Yeah. Have you ever dated somebody who's, I was going to say, but your in-laws don't, like, not like you, like, hate you. Have you ever dated somebody where you felt like they really didn't like you?
Sarah,
Do you
of
feel
them,
like that?
all of them, and still to this day.
What?
I've never had an in-law experience that was a good one.
Oh, my gosh. Why is that, you think?
Well, I'm starting to think it's me, Sarah.
No, but, like, what is it that you're not getting along? Like, is it just different clashing personalities? Is it, like, you know, the kind of mom who wants to be overly involved with their son? And
if
that
I
one is
were
crazy.
to get analytical, I would think that these women are all very strong women, and so am I, and that the sons are attracted to these strong women because their moms were like that. But then the two strong women clash.
Of course.
So I think that's all it is.
This is so... Oh, God, what does that say about me that I always date guys who have pretty kind of, like, the opposite
Passive
of that,
moms.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're easygoing, so it makes sense that they would
good.
then...
That's good. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm easygoing. Yeah. They're
are.
easygoing moms. That's more...
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it makes sense. And that probably means I'll end up with a daughter-in-law that's a bitch and I'll hate her.
Oh, well, you know, goes around, comes around. Kidding.
Whatever.
I'm kidding.
But anyway, yeah, at least she doesn't try to kill me, so I should just thank my lucky
that is
stars.
crazy. I just kind of can't believe that is, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, shouldn't this be not, like, allowed? Like, what do you even do about that? You know?
Maybe
It's
because
like-
so many people have allergies now, they will start making legislation about it or something.
Yeah, because what do you do? And remember how up in arms people got about the freaking Peter Rabbit movie?
Yes.
When they made fun of the allergy?
Yes.
Maybe that's why they were so mad, because it creates a culture in which people don't take allergies seriously, like this family.
Oh, my God.
I've
They
come around.
might. Yeah, right? I mean, I guess, whatever.
I was
Or
on the
they're just
side of
a-holes.
the writers before.
Well, anyway, that's that.
Yeah.
I mean, I
That's
don't really know
interesting,
what kind
but
of advice
also
you'd give
creepy.
to someone like
Like,
that.
oh, I know, don't go over there, like you said.
Yeah. You
Stay
can't
the
be
hell away.
around. Can't be
Or
around.
go out to dinner together.
Right.
Just stop eating at their house, for
Yeah.
Christ's sake.
Yeah.
You're going to die. I don't know. Oh, gosh.
Anyway, one positive thing I love, thing
Yes.
you love, thing you
Yes.
should own. Quip toothbrush.
Love them.
I was just talking about them. I just sit around my house talking about my toothbrush because we went on a trip and they were
Yes.
it was so easy. And I do a scratch test now with Lincoln. I forgot to tell you about this.
Oh.
Because kids aren't always great at brushing their teeth.
They're never great at brushing their teeth.
And so whenever he's done, I do a scratch test, and I take my nail and scratch his tooth. It's so
That's good.
gross. But it is, because then he'll be like, scratch test. Anyway.
That's adorable.
Thanks to Quip, he always does 2 minutes because it vibrates and you know how long you need to brush. And every 30 seconds, it reminds you to switch sides. So that's great. There's a mirror mount that is so pretty, and it makes your toothbrush look sleek in your bathroom, not one of those bulky ones. And it's great for, you should get this for like back to school. Like do it as, you're getting the new clothes, new backpack, all that. Just get a new toothbrush for you or your kids. And you'll be so happy you did. So convenient. And they send you a new head every 3 months for $5. So, because that's how often you have to refresh your toothbrush. I love Quip. And it's perfect for getting back into a routine. Quip starts at $25. And if you go to getquip.com/braincandy right now, you can get your first refill pack for free. That's your first refill pack for free at getquip.com/braincandy. All right. What else?
Well, I read a really funny study, one of those like, hey, guess what? Everything you assumed is actually true.
What?
Their new research reveals that men who take unsolicited pictures of their genitalia and send them to women are narcissistic and sexist.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. I'm like, didn't need that.
I'm surprised, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Men who sent dick pics reported higher levels of narcissism as well as ambivalent and hostile sexism.
Gosh, really?
Yeah, and there's over 1,000 men who took part in the study. And of those 1,000 men who took part, 48% admitted to having previously sent unrequested dick pics. So pretty much 50% of the dudes out there are sending dick pics.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay, and how many are unsolicited, do you think?
Oh, how many of them are well, that's what they said. Unrequested dick pics, 48% of them have done that.
That's insane.
Yeah. Like where women weren't asking, like, excuse me, can I please have one? They just did it without.
Well, what
and
about,
it's interesting to hear
ahead.
the reasons for why.
Why?
So a lot of times you think it's, like to entice the woman, but about 50% hoped that receiving a picture of their junk would make the woman feel more attractive.
What?
Yeah.
Why would their junk, as you say, make me feel attractive?
So remember a while ago we were talking about, oh my my gosh, this is going to be, I can't believe I'm saying this word so many times and it's recorded and record. The butt snorkeling thing.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it, maybe me having a theory that it's about like making women feel vulnerable.
Yes.
So in this study, it showed that 15% of the participants who'd sent these pictures did so to elicit fear in recipients, and 8% did so to evoke a sense of shame.
Come on.
Yeah, what? And those are people who are, let's also take into consideration that these are the people who are openly admitting it on the survey, not the people who are looking at the survey and giving us the answer that maybe society wants them to give. Mm-hmm. So I always maybe think those numbers and ones that are kind of shaming might be a little bit higher or
underrepresented.
Yes, thank you for saying the right word.
Yeah.
Yes. So can you believe that 15% did it to elicit fear? And you want to tell me that all people who want to, do those things to women are doing it because they want to make the woman feel better? Not according to who's sending dick pics. And I bet if you were to look at a Venn diagram of unsolicited dick pic senders to people who have stickers that say butt snorkeler on their car, there may be a lot of overlap.
Right.
Yep.
I do think when they say the thing about shame or whatever, I forget the wording, but do you think they mean more like, it feels taboo or naughty and they want the girl to feel that way rather than really?
I think it's the same as like a flasher or it's that. It's like flashing for the technological age. And then that also makes you think, wow, that percentage is really high. Mm-hmm. And is this something that is a form of like sexual harassment that we're just like kind of socially okay with because it's new?
Yeah,
but not really okay with. I mean, we're not, but it just doesn't get put in that same category as like a flasher. But sending a dick pic to somebody who's not asking for it, why is that any different than being in front of their house and opening up a robe and showing them? It's really not.
Okay, let's consider, though, there's kind of a scale in the sense that someone might not say, I want to see your junk, but you might be sexting and like having obviously intimate conversations.
Yeah.
Where, not that it's implied.
It's invited.
But right. It's a little bit more like that. Do you think that would still be called unsolicited?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't be. I think this is just the ones that are, but I don't know. I would have to find out. I can't answer that because I haven't read the details. But I want to read that actual study because we will know for a fact if I look at the tables and all the stuff in the study.
Oh my God.
Really hoping those Chapman logins are still working.
We should put that article in the newsletter because that's really interesting.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This was like one of those like throwaway things that I've had for a while that's like, oh, I don't know if this is really going to be a good one. Not like a while, but, one that I was like an extra talking thing, and turns out there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, because that dynamic of pictures, naked pictures, nudes, is it's a tricky situation.
Oh, I didn't even read this. I don't know why I skimmed over this article and didn't read this section. Now that I'm looking at it and going to like put it in my, put in the brain candy files file, it says a number of participants selected misogyny and control as their main motivations, with some endorsing statements like, I feel a sense of dislike towards women and sending dick pics is satisfying, or sending dick pics gives me a feeling of control over the person that I have sent it to.
That's absolutely shocking.
Yep. But a majority believed that the pictures would inspire positive feelings amongst the recipients.
I wonder if what we're really talking about are these people where you don't even know the guy and he sends it to you.
Yes.
Or if it's, a friend or someone that's decided to do that.
I don't know.
But if it's strangers, then that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Because then they are just trying to be what you're saying, misogynistic and domination.
But the overall message, the overall like information that this study showed was that, contrary to popular opinion, it's rarely a man's uncontrollable libido that compels him to send the pictures.
What?
It's not the sex drive. It's it's everything else that goes into it.
They are sick.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is like crazy.
Yes, it is.
It is so interesting to talk about. Oh, yeah. I'm sending that.
That is shocking.
Yeah. We're definitely going to have to take a deep dive into that research and that study. And it was in the Journal of Sex, Journal of Sex Research. So it's like a legit, that's like the one, so.
Well, I'll change gears. We can talk about something that is safe for work.
Good.
I wanted to know what you think about this, and I really don't have a lot of information, but it was talking about meditation, and you know how for a long time everyone's talked about the importance of mindfulness?
Yes.
But they did this study where they found that people that meditated on the idea of emptiness had decreased negative thoughts by 24% as compared to those who meditated on mindfulness.
But this is I'm interested to know like what the difference is. Like how are they classified? Like what is mindfulness for them?
Well, so mindfulness is that idea about, being present and, centering yourself in this moment and being at one with your body and everything. Whereas emptiness is focused more on the Buddhist idea of, being without a soul. So like the opposite, being untethered to this world.
Oh.
Rather than grounding yourself, you're almost doing the opposite.
That's really interesting because I almost feel like one is just a stepping stone on the way to the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that in order to get to a place where we're so detached from our bodies that how on earth can we be attached to our minds? You know? So I think step 1 is connection to your body. Step 2 is then learning how to trust your body, let it beat, and then transcend. Because I have seen the benefit so much of my own mindfulness practice, and when I really do focus on that, it helps me get back to a place where then, after a little bit of practicing that, I find that my meditations switch and they become more where, like, I don't have a sense of where, like, I begin and the rest of the, you know, I begin and end, and it does feel like all one, and then you start, it feels very, very, like, light and, you know, energetic and those kind of things. But I think that's impossible to just skip straight to that.
Well, I kind of feel like we were talking about this recently in one of our book club meetings, but it was talking about how what might work for one person wouldn't necessarily.
Yes.
So it's kind of like whatever works for you.
Yeah.
And so this could fall into that category where more people might benefit from the emptiness while others, you know, would focus on mindfulness.
And I'm interested, like, if they took participants who were already participating in a mindfulness program, then there are people who already have practice, who already understand.
Yeah, because this was a longitudinal study. This is people that had to do it every day for years and years and years.
Yeah. So that's it. Because if you just took, see?
Joe Schmo, yeah.
Yeah, and if you took a bunch of Joe Schmoes and asked them to practice emptiness, they're going to be like,
huh? Right.
What is that? And, you know, like an empty container. Well, actually, that would be a good metaphor, and they could use that. But,
you're like, I'm good at this.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this is actually a perfect segue because similarly with the meditating and what works for one doesn't work for other. Same goes for diet and exercise and lifestyle. And Noom is a great option for you if you want to be held accountable, develop healthier habits, feel better. And they create a community, and you can access it on your phone, through the app or online or whatever. And it'll help you whether you want to lose weight or you just want self-care or you want to eat better and you need to learn some techniques. And not just about, like, temporary, but, like, how to implement them and change your lifestyle.
Yeah,
so they have,
change.
like, a cognitive behavioral approach. And I just think it's a great thing because everyone has different goals and everyone has, you know, different desires out of life. But Noom has a way to make you commit in 10 minutes a day or less. So that's pretty great. You don't have to change it all in one day. Small steps make big progress. Sign up for a trial today at Noom, Noom.com/braincandy. What do you have to lose? Visit Noom.com/braincandy to start your free trial today. That's Noom.com/braincandy, the last weight loss program you'll need.
Yeah,
cool.
man. Love it.
Yes. So there you go. If you want to emptiness meditate or mindfully meditate.
Yeah. You know, I was reading some article that was interviewing the Dalai Lama and asked him about, like, what kind of meditation does he use and how does he meditate?
Yeah.
And he talked about, and I think I mentioned this on here before, but he talked about how there are two kinds of meditation. There's the single point focus meditation, and there's the kind of meditation where you could just meditate on a task that you need to get done. And think about, and how he's more focused on the task he needs to get done meditation now in his life. And so that there's this idea of, like, oh, I got to clear my mind and think about nothing. But no, you can think about that thing that has been weighing on your mind, but, like, give yourself permission to think about it here in this space and think about, like, open your mind up to new possibilities and new solutions for that thing.
That would be, I feel like that would be good for me. Like, certain ones,
yes,
I think,
totally.
would be good for a certain type of people.
Yeah, I
love
absolutely
that.
think that is more like your kind of meditation.
That's cool. I'm surprised
Yeah.
he said that, though.
Right. And I feel like it's somebody who's, like, busy and somebody who wants to make a lot of change and wants to do a lot and wants to, you know, like, put this energy towards something and not just feel like they're wasting time or, like, not doing anything. And it, like, allows your brain to do that, which is what your brain loves doing anyway. So put it to use in a good way.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a good tip.
Thanks, Dalai Lama.
Thanks again.
He knows a thing.
What
or
about
two
that,
a
how
thing,
he's
too.
such a jackass, though, and said if there was a female Dalai Lama, she would need to be attractive?
I did hear
What
that.
the fuck is he talking about?
Oh, God.
I'm like, have you looked in the mirror, dipshit?
Yeah, why do they get to not... Oh, God. I know.
I just can't, I cannot for the life of me figure out how he thought that was useful.
Yeah.
And it's not like he just said it and then he walked it back. He doubled down. He kept saying, yeah, I still believe that.
Oh, that makes me feel icky.
Yeah, we'll pretend like that didn't happen.
Let's pretend like that didn't happen. I mean, we're not supposed to do that, but we're going to.
You know, it's so funny. Speaking, though, of the allergy thing.
Yeah.
I was reading this article about, do you know the coffee brand Chock full of nuts?
Yes.
Well, they are having slumping sales because people think there's actual nuts in it.
No.
Yeah, like they have nut allergies and they're afraid, or they like don't want extra weirdness in their coffee.
Yeah.
And I just think this is so funny because, and now they had to put this label on all their cans that says
nut free.
Yeah, no nuts, and then it says in 1920 we sold nuts. In 1930 we sold nuts and coffee. Now we sell coffee. And we do not sell nuts.
Oh, I think they should just change the name.
They said that they like their name.
Oh, God. I mean, it is funny.
It's so funny.
It's
and it never
hilarious.
occurred to me that anyone would. But it makes sense. Of course you're going to think there's nuts in it. It's called Chock full of nuts.
It's exactly. The essence of nuts, or at least, at the very least, it's hazelnut flavored.
Yeah.
You know, which I do not like in coffee. But I do not like any of that flavored coffee.
Were you?
BS.
Yeah, you're the one that had the chicory coffee. Was that you?
No, I was joking about that because I was reading all the offerings at Dollywood.
Yeah. Right,
And no, we were reading about what I would be allowed to drink if I had like a diet that were like, you know, the low sugar diet or whatever, like what to take out of my diet.
Yeah, what there would still be left to eat.
Yeah, and it was like no caffeine but chicory coffee, and I was like, what the hell is that? I'm not eating any beaver bark.
Beaver bark.
I'm not turning that into coffee. I need that. I need the caffeine. Give me the good stuff.
I never knew chicory coffee was caffeine free.
I didn't either. I don't even know what that is.
And why would anyone ever drink coffee or soda with no caffeine in it?
I don't know. Because I tried decaf once when I was pregnant, and it was like I did a cartoon spit take.
Shut up.
I was like,
wait, it doesn't
what
taste
is this
the same?
trash? What?
It doesn't taste the same?
Oh, it tastes like chemicals to me. I can taste whatever process made a decaf.
Get out of here.
I can.
Huh. Because
I
I
hate
thought
the
that was
taste
the
of decaf
whole
coffee.
the running joke on sitcoms and stuff is like nobody can tell whether they're actually getting decaf or regular when the diner people pour it in.
No, I can tell. I can taste the caffeine. I can taste the caffeine. Well, I mean, the only real way we'll know is if we do a taste test.
Yeah. Because
This needs to
what
happen.
if possibly it was just the pregnancy that altered your taste buds?
This is true.
We don't have a control group on this.
We don't. Okay, we're gonna need to do that.
We still have to do our test on our asparagus pea question.
Oh, on whether you're a smeller, right? Goodness gracious, we need a trip to the grocery store. Let's clear our afternoon.
We have a lot of experiments to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we
sure
won't
do.
get anywhere with them, but
There'll be good info to talk about for this.
This is another story on this same topic about experiments. How about, you know how we talk about how women are always screwed in these studies because we're not represented?
Because we're not included. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently, not only are human women excluded, but there is bias by scientists against female lab animals.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Yes.
This makes no sense because they're the ones that can have babies and make you have more lab animals.
That is the problem, though, is that they adopted this sort of 19th century idea that because female mice, for instance, have something similar to a menstrual cycle, it's inconvenient. And so they're just like, let's just eliminate that obstacle.
Okay.
Instead of thinking this could
yes.
affect our results and women, humans.
Okay. This is like ringing a bell of stuff that we talked about in like psychopharmacology and of trouble with like side effects of drugs in men and women.
Oh, yeah, right.
because like you can't know how it's going to work with female hormones because it's only tested on like male.
Exactly.
Okay, I was like only half paying attention during that class because I'm like, yeah, lab animals, whatever. So let's get back to talking about people. And I should have listened better.
And even like because of that same thing, they misdose women as well. So they'll just say,
God.
an adult should take one pill, and really an adult woman could just take half. Because they metabolize things differently.
Okay, and that's why the side effects are stronger, I bet.
Yes.
Because they're getting a higher dose. And okay.
Isn't that terrible?
It is.
And the female scientist that did the study, she was saying women are not more complicated than men, because that's one of the things they say. Right. And hormones are not a female problem for animal research. Like, it is part of the research.
Right. It's not a problem.
Right.
Oh, my gosh. Mm-hmm. Even when you read that sentence, it didn't even strike me as like, like what is wrong with this sentence until you said the last part of it of like, it is the research.
Right. We need to know this.
I didn't even realize that in my mind that like they're calling it what that is saying about women and like you're basically calling us
for sure
how my biology is a problem, a defect in your studies, like
Yep. So that's another thing to be mad about.
What's new?
I know. I'm getting exhausted at all the rage I have constantly.
I know. That's why your birthday card was themed anti-patriarchy themed.
By the way, thank you so much for those earrings. Sarah got me these
Suze,
gorgeous
so
earrings, and I just keep looking at them and thinking, like, I just feel so, you know how you feel like almost undeserving. And
you're the most deserving. Oh, my God.
It was so generous and thoughtful and right up my alley. And that was so nice.
Thanks, Suze. You're so sweet.
You're a good gift giver.
You deserve. So are you. I was like, damn, how can I top? I can't top. I never will. The beautiful graduation gift you gave me.
Oh, that's
nothing
nice.
will ever be better than that.
How's it look in your new place?
I haven't even hung it yet. I haven't hung a single painting.
Oh, I know.
Not
That's
a
such
single
pain.
one.
It's a pain.
Not one. So don't think it's like just not yours. And remember those beautiful prints that we bought? Haven't even unrolled those yet.
Aww.
Like, I got some cool stuff to hang up, but
Well, there's no hurry. Take your time.
Right. I mean, step one, put the boxes away.
It's such a process.
Because I just keep saying to myself, like, it's not going anywhere. And I keep, like, having to travel for work. But it really needs to I just need to power through it.
Well, and when it's related to a breakup, it's just harder.
Yep. It just feels like every step is like, well, okay, this means this is done. This means, I don't know. It's just like everything.
Yeah. So I get it. And the hanging part is, in my opinion, the worst part.
Of the picture, of having to put pictures up?
I hate it. It's so hard to get them straight and whatever.
Suze, I've got so many tricks for you. That's one of my favorite things to do. We're the opposite in that way.
But, like, even if you have a trick, it's still a pain in the ass.
Oh, it feels so satisfying. It's like there's something that feels really good about getting a gallery wall all put up or having a picture perfectly level. It's almost like the world out there is out of control. But I know one thing for sure, this picture is level.
Oh, I get that.
And it gives me, that's like with a lot of those home repair things. It's like, everything's crazy, but my sink doesn't leak anymore. So I somehow am managing the chaos. And it gives me a little sense of like, all's right.
Yeah, I really do get that. It's just hard, and I'm not a detail person, and I think that's a thing where you really have to be detail-oriented.
Yes, totally. Yeah, well, that's why we're friends. That's why I got you, and I'll just adjust the pictures on the wall periodically as I come over for our gallery wall over here.
Oh, my God.
I got you, boo.
Thanks, Sarah. Anything else you want to share?
Just that I love you guys, and like, have you subscribed? Have you like told your friends? Have you like made sure that you like are downloading all of our latest and greatest? You probably are because you're listening to this, but are your friends, families, loved ones?
Yeah.
Share.
Be a pal and do that.
Yeah, man.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. This podcast podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.